All right, 8 a.m. We got our booking in by 8:01 a.m.
We're going to Glacier.
All right, guys, after a beautiful drive past Flathead Lake, we have made it to North Fork Dispersed camping. We'll be here for 2 nights, and then we got 7 nights in the park on the east side. So we're gonna be checking out the west side. We'll show you guys what that looks like, and I don't know, we're pretty excited. Looks like a nice place. Clutch parking. Motorcycle saved the day again.
Let's bring these. It's a great drive, 2-hour drive. We need to stretch out a little after sitting on the bike that long.
Okay, so we've come down from Logan Pass back down to, this is Avalanche Trail that we just parked at, and it's crazy parking lot. So we went to some overflow parking, and of course we got the scooter or the bike, and it's super tight in between 2 cars, but we're super close to the trail.
Gotta love anywhere there's parallel parking, because we just slide our way right in between there.
Right, so we'll see how the trail is. I think it's supposed to be about 6 miles, supposed to be pretty. We're back at lower elevation, so for the most part jackets are off, and we can enjoy some warmer weather.
Let's do it. Just keep doing it. I'm ready for my snack.
Snack time! Wow. All my videos are gonna be the same. But it's just so pretty.
Wow.
I just can't stop.
It's so blue.
Okay guys, so we have now made it out to the end of Avalanche Lake, which definitely make it to the end because it's so busy on the other side, like when you first hit the lake, and there's only like there's like 3 other people back there. So it's so private. And this water's so beautiful. I think Bren and I might try just...
I thought she was crazy, but it sounds kind of nice.
I don't know, it just looks beautiful. It's kind of hot, so I think we'll just try the cold plunge. Like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We're doing it. 2.
Oh shit! That is cold!
Oh wow!
Woo! It feels so good out here though.
Oh man, that was chilly, but we had to wait for like 20 minutes for the sun to come out. Ooh. So we are just getting back to our campsite, to our RV, picked up Lilo. We're gonna rest up after a long day of driving and hiking, make some good food, overall recover, and head to St. Mary Campground tomorrow, which we gotta drive all the way around the park because you can't drive through it in our RV, so stay tuned. Just wait it out, I guess. Seems to be a little overworked or there's something broken. So we're not really mechanics. We can't figure it out. So we made it to our site after a longer drive than it should have been. I think the speed limit was like 60 or something, and going up hills we were only going like 15 to 20. So we got to figure out what's wrong with the engine, but overall we made it in. We had to do a loop around the campground to fill up our tanks before pulling in. But site's looking pretty good. Lilo's sniffing around. Lilo.
Oh, and there's Lilo doing her thing.
She needs her alone time. But yeah, so we're gonna spend the week here at least, try to figure out what's going on with our engine, and we'll go from there.
Hi.
Just waiting for the oil to stop dripping. It's probably been 10 minutes. And I'm getting pretty comfy under here.
Okay guys, so we have done an oil change on the RV, and we don't think an oil change is our issue because there's engine rattling noise, kind of loss of horsepower. We kind of identified that potentially maybe we filled up with some bad gas. So we're doing some steps to do whatever we can to combat that. So our plan is oil change, that's done. We're going to replace our fuel filter. We also put some fuel additive in the tank. I don't really believe in those things, but hopefully the magic potion does something. And then the last thing that we're going to do for the engine rattling is we're installing an idle pulley that seems to be an optional thing that you can install on some Ford engines because they deleted it in 1999, but the mount point is still there. Hopefully none of this is over technical. Point being is we've extended our stay here a week to buy us some time to do everything so we can do some mechanical work and still enjoy the park. And hey, 2 weeks in Glacier National Park, I'm not complaining. So we're currently doing a hidden lake trail. We went to the overlook and that was way too busy. So now we're doing this hike and it says super steep. And you saw a review that how they describe the angle of the hike?
They just put their hand like this. It's straight down, straight up.
Yeah, I'll show you the view here of what we're headed down to. It's pretty much like a, I don't know, that's like a blue or black ski slope. And no water, but bear spray. So
we'll drink it if we need to.
We'll show you the view when we get down there. All right, so we made it. Brendan is clearly ready for a dunk. I definitely will be joining. Don't know how long we can hang out in here. There's some people that made it down, which is sweet, but definitely not as packed as the overlook. And on our way down, we saw some, I guess, mountain goat.
Yeah.
We saw one at a distance that I kind of felt like an idiot filming because literally 10 minutes later, we could not have gotten any closer to one. And we did not approach it. It was right off the trail. So it was totally just chilling, super adorable. So let's do our cold plunge number 2. It's good. My feet are just cold. Brendan!
I'm too cold. It's not a good spot.
That is a bike seat rock. Oh my god. Look at what Brendan just put down for me. Is this rock not a bike seat? Like, what?
These ones are some nice butt cheeks.
I would say that dip was not as cold as Avalanche Lake.
I don't know. Maybe we're just getting used to it. I would agree, but
it might be hotter out too.
It's not like it was hot water.
Yeah. Only con was that we had to walk through some really slippery big rocks to be able to jump in. But
yeah, I would have loved to be able to walk in more, but I didn't want to slip and fall.
Yeah. Absolutely worth the hike though. Okay, way up. We are feeling it. Right now it's a good push. I'd appreciate if it doesn't get much pushier than this.
All right, the worst of the incline is behind us. We made it most of the way back up. The sun is going down a bit here, so we made good timing, but definitely not too bad. There was a few people coming up as we were, and I wouldn't say it's too hard for anyone. Just take your time and one chunk at a time, I guess. All right, so we started our laundry. It's in the wash cycle. We just headed over here to this pavilion that's right next to the pool, and we're gonna get a quick workout in while our clothes are washing.
All right, so laundry is done. We came back to our campground and we saw some people kind of in bathing suits, so we were curious. And we walked down a little bit and there's a river right next to St. Mary's Campground. So we ended up taking Lilo with us, threw her a stick, hung out in the river a bit, and it was an awesome time. So definitely recommend. I feel like it's like an amenity here that they don't even talk about. So that was awesome, but we are calling it an early night tonight since tomorrow we're getting up super early to do the hike to Grinnell Glacier. My buddy Dylan told me about this hike, so pressure is on because he said it's well worth the 10 miles, even though it was like the hardest thing ever. So we are stoked to do that in the morning, and we'll catch you guys on. 4:45 a.m. Part of me is pretty excited for when the hike's over. We can come back and just nap all day, but we'll see. It's gonna be a cold bike ride over. Alright, trail definitely way more packed than anticipated. We got here right at like 6 on the dot and the lot was full. So happy that, of course, the scooter can just pop right in wherever.
Never lets us down.
wherever we need to go. So it's about 10, 11-ish mile trail. Brendan has his bear bell on. Oh, you're holding it. It's like, bro.
Get your little bear, or get your little bell if you want to keep the bears away.
Yeah, bear bell engaged. Hike started, so hopefully we'll see a glacier.
A little cold, but I'm thinking it's gonna warm up.
We have made it. Brendan said it feels like we're in a polar bear exhibit.
Yeah, it feels like a little snow globe up here. It's really pretty, but yeah, I wasn't expecting there to be a pond on top, but it makes sense since the glacier's melting.
And there's like a nice little waterfall. We got here pretty, what time is it? You have a time on your watch?
8:15.
So we got here at 8:15. We were one of the early ones. I think there was only 3 other people actually like at the glacier area before we got here. And then after we got here, probably like 20 more people filled in behind us, but we're still trekking down to get as close to the glacier as we can.
I thought it was the wrong one. I looked at the other
but it's like, side. Oh, it's like that little one, right? I'm like, no, it's that massive one. Oh, it's not that big. to get a brain freeze from like surface water is nuts. We definitely thought it was gonna be way deeper. We picked this spot because it seemed like the safest area to do it because there was a lot of areas with like super slopey rocks and I was worried it'd be too slippery to get up.
Yeah, you can't see the bottom of the water, so we were just kind of praying it was okay. Worked out. And the sun just came out. It is our savior.
All right, we are dried off, getting ready to head back. And something that I will note, well, one, I rewatched the video. I so wish that I was in deeper water. I tried my best to try to get under, but I was really happy with the area that we picked because one, that's pretty much as close to the glacier as possible as you can get safely. And then there's people who are also doing some cold plunges right at the beginning. And I feel like it almost looks like a beach from how many people are there. So definitely, if you guys consider doing it, walk down, find your own space and enjoy it and just take in the views because this is just such a freaking beautiful place to be.
Man, we were tired. Just got back to the RV. Had to rescue our little baby.
There she is.
She might be more tired than us.
Yeah, so we took one last dip in Grinnell Lake.
Yes. Yeah.
Lake Grinnell? Grinnell
Yeah,
Lake?
the super blue one.
Yes. That was really not that cold at all in comparison to what we did earlier today. But awesome hike. Overall, it was about 15 miles. And now it is most definitely nap time.
Maybe some food and nap. But that's part of the hike. Yeah.
Food and nap.
Got our box. 3 items that we requested to be delivered together. Should fit in the scooter and yeah, easy pickup. Okay, so we got all of our goodies here. The first thing that we got is a pulley to put onto our serpentine belt. So this should just be easily pushed on, and then we got a bolt. We had to buy the bolt separately in order to screw this in. And then the other thing that we got is a fuel filter, which Gabby knows more about this, but I guess it's good to change every 50,000 miles or so. We're not sure if ours is a problem, but we're at almost 50,000, so we figured while we're doing stuff, why not change it?
All right, so that right there is our fuel filter that we are going to be replacing. Welcome to today's crib of replacing the fuel filter. So in order to do this, should be pretty simple. I have my little tool here to remove the fuel filter, and then I have the replacement fuel filter. So 2 other things you're going to want if you do this: a little pan to kind of catch the gas, because gas is unfortunately going to be falling down because it's connected to the fuel line, and some paper towels for recon on the mess that we're going to make today. So funnily enough, I was so confident doing the job I couldn't, but Brendan with his magic work is able to get it done. Whoa! Fuel filter! All right, guys, so we have wrapped up working on the RV, so we should be all good to go from here. And this really wraps up our stay in Glacier. I mean, we had such an awesome time staying here, some incredible hikes, especially Grinnell Glacier. Genuinely, I would say that was probably the prettiest hike I've been on in my entire life.
It was really nice. One tip that we want to leave with you guys with is that we didn't know how possible doing Glacier in an RV would be. I feel like we heard from a lot of people that it's like, if you're not under 21 feet, like you can't do Glacier at all. You have to stay outside the park and whatever. But there's a handful of campgrounds that you can definitely take an RV to. They have an awesome shuttle system that will take you like anywhere on Going to the Sun Road, which is like all the main attractions. So definitely don't listen to people if they say that. It's definitely doable in an RV.
Yes. Yeah, the only limitation is pretty much on the center part of the Going to the Sun Road. Otherwise, you can still hit the ends. You can definitely stay in the campground. So there's a lot of flexibility when coming to Glacier National Park. From here, though, we initially were planning to head to Canada, but We got super lucky with getting a booking in October to a really awesome festival that we were put on the waiting list, but we finally got approved. So we will tell you guys a bit more about that in the next video. Otherwise, stay tuned because from here we're still headed west, and we'll catch you guys next time.